to conjugate French verbs. Hi Comcom, I'm Elizabeth Nkere. If you're new here, Comcom means community because we are a community of language learning buddies. So if you're interested in learning French or other languages in the future, you should be on this channel, you should be on my Instagram page, you should be on my TikTok page, because over here we make learning French fun and interesting. Now let's dive right into why we are here, which is conjugation of French verbs. Today I will conjugate all three types of verbs: the ER verbs, RE verbs, and IR verbs, and you won't realize how easy it actually is. Starting with ER verbs, we're going to pick one simple ER verb to use to conjugate it, just to set example. Now let's think, let's use parler, which means to speak. Here's how it goes. Now, the first thing you want to do is, you see that parler there, remove the ER at the end. Just put it aside, because to conjugate it, you need to add specific ends to it. And to do that, that ER at the end has to go. Now for je, that is I, it will be je parle, which means you are adding E, only E at the end for je. For tu, which is you are adding ES. Just it's very easy. Just think of it as it's very simple. For je, you add E. That's after you have removed that ER at the end. For je, you add E. For tu, you add ES. For il or elle, you would add E, just like the way you did in je. For nous, which is we, you're going to add ONS. For vous, which is you, like in a formal way, it's now going to be EZ. You add EZ at the end. For il or elle, which is they, you will now add ENT. You see, it's very simple. It's very easy, just like that. That would now be je parle, which is just E. Tu parles, which is ES. Il or elle parle, which is just E. I know they pronounce the same way, don't worry, we know. Then nous parlons, ONS. Vous parlez, which is EZ. Il or elle parle, which is they are speaking or they speak. Now let me just keep it real with you. The only way to know this thing is to memorize it, as we Nigerians call it, cram. My dear, you have to cram away. It's not hard, just you get. Moving on to RE verbs, we're going to use the verb apprendre to do this conjugation, which means to learn. Now, you remember how we did it in the ER verb? The first thing you want to do is to remove that RE at the end. Yes, put it aside, because we are going to be adding specific ends. Unlike our ER verb, this one is just slightly different in the sense that you see. Now let's do it. For je, you're going to add S. You remember in ER, we did not add S, it was just E we added. This one, for je, you add S. That'll be j'apprends. Now there's something you need to know. Because apprends starts with a vowel and je ends with a vowel, you cannot say je apprends. If you are saying it's one kind in your ear. So you have to say j'apprends. You put apostrophe so that it will blend, it will mix, you understand? So it will now be j'apprends with an S at the end. For tu, it would be tu apprends. Tu apprends. With S again at the end, you add S. For il or elle, it would be apprend without S. Just D. You will not add anything in that one. It will just be apprend. Then for nous, remember the drill, it is ONS. That would be nous apprenons. So it's going to be ONS. Notice I said nous apprenons. It is called a liaison. It just makes speaking smooth. So you can apply that to your speaking French. Like I was saying, back to what I was saying. For nous, it would be ONS, which is apprenons. Nous apprenons. For vous is going to be EZ. That would be vous apprenez. Now for il or elle is quite different from the rest. For that one, you're not just adding ENT. Rather, you would remove the D First things first, you remove the D and then it will become N-N-E-N-T. So basically you are adding N-E-N-T. Does that make sense? So it's going to be il or elle apprennent. It's not apprennent. It's not apprenant. Apprennent. Apprennent. Now the last one we're going to talk about. Oh, it looks like it wants to rain. The last one we're going to talk about. Can you hear me? If you can, please let's quickly talk about IR verbs. And to do that, we're going to use finir as an example. I want you to know that IR verbs can be conjugated in 2 ways, but for this video, we're going to talk about the most popular, which is going to be illustrated using finir. Okay, this wind is making me feel like Rapunzel. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Please, let's be serious. Now, the ends are as follows. For je, you add S. For tu, you add S. For il or elle or on, you add T. For nous, you add S-S-O-N-S. For vous, you add S-S-E-Z. And for il or elle, you add S-S-E-N-T. Now that would be je finis, tu finis, il or elle finit, nous finissons, vous finissez, and il or elle finissent. This is the end of the video. Do not forget to memorize this because that is the only way you know it. It's not magic. You have to memorize. Make sure, if you have not subscribed, all of you that are just watching this video for free, if you have not subscribed, now is your chance to subscribe. Quickly subscribe, because I post more interesting things like this even on my shorts. You can check that out. So I'll see you in the next video. A bientôt.